G'day guys, it's Ben here from Pumped on Property, and today I'm doing a video with my wife Lise.
Hi.
We were just talking off camera and we thought it would be really interesting if you've got a partner at the moment that's not super interested in investing with you or not moving at the same pace that you'd like them to be moving with you because you're learning all of this stuff at the moment. You can see how you want to be financially free. You can see that property is the way that you're going to do it or whatever else it is. And you're struggling to get them on board, then Lisa and I are going to have a bit of a laugh about, the journey that feels probably like this for us. Like, I've just been pulling the shit out of Lisa for 10 years, or the flip side, like you've been pulling me forward and pushing me forward when I haven't necessarily wanted to. So It's going to be a bit of a how you get your partner on board with this stuff. You can show this video to your partner. You can have a bit of a laugh together. The first thing we wanted to say is, you don't have to be on the same page. Like, we're completely different people.
We are so opposite in our skills to do with property.
Yeah, like,
and it's fine.
I geek out on data, on history. I want to know everything I can about the Australian market, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, every suburb, every analytic.
Yeah.
I want to look at 1,000 properties before I buy one. And Lisa's like,
I'm like intuition based. I'm also like emotional, which I'm sure there's always like one person in the relationship that's more like emotionally invested in properties. And I like vibe on the design and what it could potentially be, like renovations and things like that.
So why that's important for you is because almost every functional relationship has two completely different parts. I think you call it yin and yang.
Yeah.
Like
complementary personalities, I'd say. Or skill sets. If
you're with a partner that's so much like you, like the chances of it working long term is pretty low because you don't fill each other's holes up.
Yeah, you drive each other insane.
You drive each other insane. Like, you're competing against each other, or no one's making a decision to move forward with anything.
Yeah.
And so, in terms of how we've broken up the differences in, like, even look at this, I'm in like black, you're in white. And I'm wearing white bottoms. What we do is I save the money and Lisa saves the money.
And I spend it, yeah.
Yeah, like I save the money, Lisa spends it. I decide which market we're going to invest in and which area of that market when we're purely investing.
Yeah.
And then Lisa will do a gut check on that area and make sure that it's in line. Some of the best decisions we've ever made have had nothing to do with the data and everything to do with Lisa's gut feel after checking out an area or a property.
Yeah.
In fact, all of the places we've made the most money on, I've done the data on, then Lisa's done the gut check and it's worked out.
Yeah.
I will research, I will decide, and look at properties, and then I will basically buy the property at the best price. I'll organize all the boring shit like finance and building and pest inspections and town planning checks and property managers and all of those key people. And then at that point I'll literally pass the property over to Lisa. And what sort of stuff do you do, which again is so valuable in our relationship?
Yeah, if we're renovating, I'll like completely run the renovation, pick all the finishes. If we're building, I'll like work with the builder and we'll plan the layout and stuff like that, pick all the colors. Like, one of my jobs between our last two kids was I was a color consultant. So I used to help people pick the finishes for their house. And then before that I was working as an interior designer. So this is like right up my alley.
Yeah, and so we both like to buy places that we can make our own and add value to, either through building brand new and creating something really cool.
Yeah.
Or through buying a shitty old joint and renovating it and making it our own.
Yeah.
And so like I do like what I would call the hard side of property in terms of like the boring dry stuff, and sometimes I whinge to Lisa about it. I'm like, why do you get to do all the fun shit all the time? But my personality is geared to understanding where there's an opportunity and taking it. And Lisa's value is around like making it incredibly beautiful so we get much higher rent returns, so we get much better long-term capital gains, and so we actually make profit on the way in or in the first few years from the work that we do to the places we buy.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about another challenge I think a lot of people face, like when they're in partnership, and that is one partner wanting to like rush in there and get stuck into it, and the other partner like dragging their feet and either freaking out about it or just not being interested in it or overwhelmed from other stuff? Like, how have we managed that?
I think it's just understanding your partner. If you know that all the data and analytics is going to be so boring to them, like, don't come at them with 10 million facts about the property. Like, you kind of have to sell it to the side that's going to be attractive to them. And, you know, do they necessarily need or want to know every single nitty-gritty detail if that's your expertise?
Do you?
God, no. God, no. Just, like, give me, like, a couple of dot points and I'll be like, yep, let me check it out, and then we'll go for it. Like, yeah, I think don't expect them to be exactly on your level. They don't always need to be.
Now, we're emotionally mature because we've bought like 11 or 12 properties together now in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But let's talk about like old Ben, like, because new Ben gets this, but old Ben was like, Lisa, data, come watch this video, come listen to this. We've both got to learn together. We've both got to go to this course. Like, I was a pain in the ass, right?
Yeah. But I'm quite stubborn too. I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not interested in it.
I'm glad you did. Like, you fully just like, that's what I mean. Like, I felt for the first 5 years because I was trying to influence and get Lisa as excited about it as I would. And now I realize that I can be excited like you can be about this content and this stuff and learning about it, but your partner doesn't have to be for the relationship to win.
Yeah. I think it's just about making it fun for both of you.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Now, one of the shitty things about investing is you're taking money away from your immediate lifestyle. You know, it means like something's got to give. Unless you're earning like $1 million a year, which we never were, you know, you've got to, you know, to save a deposit for a home, which we've done like 10 or 11 times now, it takes a bit of sacrifice. It takes a bit of cutting back. How would you like talk about that with people?
You definitely need to be on the same page. Don't just come in with a budget and just be like, this is what's happening. This is what we're going to be spending. I've cut all your allowance out. That's it. Like, you're earning nothing. You're like, all our money's going here. Yeah. I think you need to just like maintain some lifestyle, even if it takes you a little bit longer to save, and just get on the same page about it. Like, don't come in all guns blazing and just be like, I've watched 10,000 videos and I'm ready to go.
And it's like, well, we don't.
Well, Ben said I could do this.
Yeah, man, don't listen to me. Just make your own mind up and find your own flow in your relationship. Like, we have a really good time doing this now because I love working towards financial freedom. Like, I couldn't think about anything worse than just going to a job and not using that income to create passive income. And I know a lot of you guys would feel the same way. You know, it's taken a long time. We're still not getting the results in our life from the 10 years of work properly yet. Like, we don't have that passive income from our properties that we want to because we invested money that would have paid off some of our properties into this more expensive home. Yeah. Like, we're still working on the exact same thing that you guys are. And it takes time. Like, I remember saying to Lise, with this plan, we'll be financially free in 5 years. And that was like 10 years ago, you know what I mean?
Which we would have been if we didn't want like to upgrade our houses.
Yeah, we would have had like a base level of financial freedom by now, but we've, you know, made those decisions to have kids. We've made decisions to, you know, go from really high paying jobs to really cheap jobs because we wanted to change our skill set or we weren't enjoying our industry. Like, we've chose for Lisa to be home instead of earning a second income after our third baby, which has been so amazing for our family and my life. Like, so Lisa now gets to manage our projects and lead all of that stuff, which is like, was always our combined dream.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you don't have to do it one way, which is hustle like they talk about online and just work your ass off for the next 30 years or 15 years to get there.
Oh my God, yeah. I couldn't think of anything worse.
And
Life's
then hope you're
lived,
happy.
People.
Yeah. You know, you can do it more like the way that we did, which was just enjoy the simple things, have a hell fun time doing it, make lots of mistakes, but also like a few wins and put the pieces together and figure out what you're good at, what your partner's good at, and move forward together. Yeah. Because I believe that with financial freedom, every relationship would be better because, you know, you get more of the better version of me. Yeah. And, you know, I get more security and choices in my life to spend more time doing the things that I love.
Yeah.
What's your parting advice for anyone that's looking to like go through the crazy journey of investing and living and raising families together that we've been through?
I don't know. Just remember that you're in a relationship. It's like, as much as it's a business decision, like just don't start treating your partner differently or getting like too hot-headed about things. Like the funnier you can make it, like the better it's going to be for both of you, and you're actually going to want to do it again. It won't be like, how you sometimes have a bad experience renovating and you're just like, oh my God, I'm never doing that again. You don't want to make it like that. Like just find a way to make it a smoother process for everyone involved.
I'm sorry for those times I made it like that. Like I know I've been like that in the past, and I apologize if at certain points of the journey I'm like that in the future, but we're just figuring stuff out together as we go. And the cool thing now is we've finally got a good plan, which is a number of high quality houses with granny flats, hopefully owned outright in the long-term future, and working towards a simpler, more present, more enjoyable life together now.
Yeah.
And it's a hell of a journey, and can't wait to keep you guys updated on it.